Hello channel viewers, I'm DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. I have received an email from one of our viewers and she has posed many questions about the ENTJ, but in the tradition of the ENTJ, who tends to be very haphazard, she has asked questions from many different dimensions. I think it's very difficult to address all the questions in just one episode. So I'm going to distribute all these different thoughts into various different videos. Now, one of the things that really caught my attention at first is the topic of depression. So at Channel NITT, we have actually mentioned depression before. One of our few episodes actually talk about the INTJ and ENTJ existential depression. Talking about depression, it is very unlikely for an ENTJ to be depressed because the ENTJ is not successful. So if we actually encounter setbacks in our lives or we have hurdles, we try to overcome it. So if we have lost our job or if we have failed in love, it does not matter because we know that actually the next one will come or we will have opportunities as long as we try. So all this kind of circumstantial things seldom get us depressed. So one of the things that really do get the ENTJ or the INTJ depressed is that of existential depression. So this is quite deep because it is the realization that we're going to die one day. So life itself is meaningless. The kind of the depression that comes with this emptiness is sort of immense. Is there any other thing that will cause an ENTJ or an INTJ to feel depressed? I would say that there is another element that I encounter quite often, but it doesn't bring me to the state of depression, but it makes me pessimistic and find that the world is not worth living. And this is the sentiment of misatrophy. I do believe that a small minority of human beings do actually suffer from misatrophy, but it may be overrepresented in MBTI types such as the INTJ or the ENTJ. What is misatrophy anyway? It is a dislike, disgust, or even hatred for mankind in general. So as an ENTJ, I'm not very social. In fact, I do not like social interactions. I only interact with a very selected group of people. And more importantly, I do not have a high regard for human beings. And that itself is actually misatrophy. There are various types of misatrophy, ranging from those who have actually very low self-esteem to those who believe that they are superior over other human beings. So which type do you think I belong to? It's obvious. Sometimes the FE types, especially INFJs, they may suffer from misatrophy, but their cluster is very different. They believe that the human being is a cruel person. So from animal cruelty to the destruction of the natural habitats of other animals or pollution. So INFJs and even other FE types who believe that human beings have created a lot of evil in this world may actually have very strong misatrophic sentiments. As for me, I don't really care about pollution, whether people die or not, or war. I think that I am very concerned about the misfit I have with the society today. So capitalist world I don't like. Communist world I also scorned. So there is no system that I think that is suitable for human beings to live in. So that is one thing. But another more important element that has made me slightly more misatrophic than the general population is that of the belief that wherever you go up, politically wise, or even in a hierarchy, any organization, it actually can be quite dirty. Corrupt, yes. So when you have really been up there before, in which case in my working capacity, I have actually observed people who are actually high in ranking, I think that they are quite hypocritical and corrupt in their own ways. So what actually happens up there could be very dark and beyond imagination by people below. Other people below are living in bliss and ignorance. So that is very upsetting. If the general population or if those at the lower tiers, they know how badly they have been sucked for their money by the bloodsuckers up there, then they would have revolted. But they are not revolting because they are accepting all the little presents and little goodies and little sweet candies that the upstairs are giving. So that makes me very irritated with mankind, irritated with the corruption and irritated with the ignorance up and down. And that is one of the things that has caused me to be quite misanthropic. I do not like to be in societies, any society in general. So much so that I actually link it to existential depression because the existence is actually meaningless. The ENTJ is born to be a rebel. So if you can't be up there rebelling or controlling or being corrupt yourself, then if you are just stuck in the middle, it is a pointless life. So as an ENTJ, I think I have no qualms being a corrupt individual myself. As long as nobody finds out, or as long as, anyway, if you are corrupt, they will protect you, okay? Comparing existential depression, which used to come much more often when I was younger, now if I am in a sad mode, not really sad, but more in an angry mode, it tends to be because of misanthropic sentiments. Misanthropic sentiments does not exactly make me depressed because I'm actually numb already. When you are numb, you can't get any more feelings, right? So you just go by the day and live to the next day and so on and so forth. So the viewer that has actually sent me an email asked about one aspect of the ENTJ when it comes to depression. She asked me if when an ENTJ is depressed, does he or she become more like the INTP, which is the shadow function of the ENTJ? The short answer is yes. When I am in a mode whereby I am feeling very misanthropic, then I would be going very deep into this situation that is making me upset or scorned. Sometimes I wish I can flee the world. Sometimes I wish that I could be rescued by a spaceship and be sent to another star or something like that. I believe that many starseeds or many other INTJs, INFJs and even ENTJs may feel something like that at one point in their life, right? Well, curiously, I think that this episode may relate to a lot of people, even though this may be a very rare phenomenon to feel this kind of sentiments. Why? As I have mentioned, because this kind of feelings are overrepresented in the INTJ, INFJ and ENTJ types, who tends to be our viewers. Okay, viewers, do you have similar experiences to share? Do feel free to comment below. At Channel NITT, we produce a lot of MBTI, ENTJ, INTJ videos such as this one. If you have enjoyed, please do give us a like. If you have not already subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more MBTI and fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in our next episode. Bye!